What's up guys, ThatOneTomahawk here, and welcome to a special video. As you can see from the title above me, this is the 50,000 subscriber special. Technically, as I'm recording this, I have not hit 50,000 subscribers, but it's gonna happen. So, we're recording this video in celebration of sorts of hitting this great milestone. First thing I would like to say is I would like to appreciate every single one of my heaters. You guys are the best. I couldn't do anything on the YouTube related devices without all of your support. It'd be awesome. Me being right here right now definitely would not have happened if everyone wasn't watching my videos and stuff. So thank you so much. You don't know how much you appreciate this appreciation to the max. Anyway, so in celebration for 50,000 subscribers, I thought to myself, what could I do? I thought, you know, could I go jump off a cliff and then survive somehow? I was like, no, that'll kill me. And then I try to think of a bunch of other things, marathon videos, I've done that in the past. So what I thought to do instead was something extremely funny. I know you guys are going to love it. And what I'm going to say is disclaimer right now. This is not for children. If you are a child, click away. You're still here? Well, sit back and relax, because we are reading a ThatOneTomahawk fanfiction. Alright, so I asked you guys on Twitter to send me the name of a couple of... I told you guys to send me fanfictions that you would enjoy me reading, and I specifically said they had to be smut fanfictions. If you don't know what smut is, don't Google it. Actually, smut's just like, you know, dirty. Anyway, so after some research, I found one that I think... I haven't read any of it. I just said something that wasn't too short, not too long, and then I thought it would be good. So I'm gonna start getting ready reading into this. This is Grulio, and then colon or brackets smut, and by Fizzyburr7. And so the first thing is on this page it says, disclaimer, this is a smut, there will be parts that will be hard to read, LMAO. So just be aware, it's nothing like 50 Shades of Grey, and it's definitely not that graphic, but there are some intense parts Guardian may not like you reading. This is a PG-13 story. Also, this includes homosexual or gay sexual preference and orientation. This story is fiction. From what I know, they're actually both straight. I hope you enjoy Grulio. Thanks, Jesse. Alright, so this has 5 parts to it, that was the first one, and the first chapter, I guess, is So It Begins. A/N. I realize I'm just a kid. Sue me. If you're younger than 13, don't read this story unless you're okay with it. This is a disclaimer to everyone. Also, don't get mad that this isn't a Team Gra story, I don't even know what that means. I just wasn't feeling it. I hope you would like Grulio though. Thanks for watching. Sean's point of view. Sean's grape applesauce, if you guys didn't know. I stared into his eyes, and he leaned in by my ear and whispered, "No one has to know." I blushed, and a smirk slid onto his face. His cheek rubbed against mine, and I shivered feeling the touch of his skin. I wanted him so bad. I'm straight. I lied. It didn't matter anyways. Everyone ships me with Grazer. If I ever dated Julio, people would go crazy. Julio rolled his eyes. You're about as straight as a circle, Sean. He chuckled sarcastically. I whimpered quietly. He was underage, so why do I want to throw him against a wall and kiss him? What about Grazer? What about Devin? What about all our friends? They'll go nuts, I stammered. He shook his head. They don't know. They don't have to know. Admit it, Sean. You like me. My eyes widened and my heart pumped. This was illegal, but goddamn, he was hot. I looked into his eyes. Yes, fine. I admit it. I like you. A lot. I looked down and bit my lip. He lifted my head back up and leaned in closer. His lips were an inch away from mine. He smirked. I like you too, he said, and cuffed my head with his hands. I felt his soft lips on mine. My body trembled. I've never kissed a guy before. This kiss got rougher, and he put his cold hands up my shirt. I quickly pulled away. What am I doing? He's fucking 15. I can't do this. I yelled and ran away from him. A look of frustration appeared on his face, and he This is a typo. A look of frustration appeared on his face, and he let me be. He let me leave. I've rarely been shipped with Julio before. It's always been different people. Never him. He's been shipped with many as well. Were we breaking physics? Would this make our fans angry? How would people react if they found out I was gay? How would they react if I found out I was gay for an underage kid still in high school? It's too scary to even consider. I quickly shook the thought out of my head. I didn't know Julio was gay. I keep waiting for him to call, but my phone was completely silent. Julio's POV. Sean is an idiot. An extremely hot idiot. He ran away from me. I may be young, but I've had my experience with stuff. No one has ever ran away from me. Sure, he's a lot older, but does that not even matter? I mean, what the fuck? I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Let's get this straight. I am not gay. I see what the person did there. I am bisexual. So, yeah, I guess I'm gay, but partially. Sean is the only guy that's ever got my heart racing. I've never felt like this before. He gives me goosebumps. He's so cute. I want to text him and apologize so bad, but I think he needs his space. The first time a guy kissed me, I was in shock too. Sure, I've dated a guy before. His name is Shane. But I've never actually legit had, like, dreams about them. Sexual dreams. Don't judge me. I may like a dude, but I'm still a man. I listen to some music loudly to ignore my thoughts and regrets and fear on what I've just done. I decided to record a video. I can usually talk to my fans and they'll listen and respect whatever I have to say. It's the main reason why I love them. This topic, sexual preference / orientation. My phone suddenly went off. I quickly dove for it and read it. It was a text. Grape. We need to talk. : slide parentheses. I stared down at it and realized I was still recording. I threw the phone behind me and continued. That's exactly what I would do, actually. Alright. Next chapter. Apparently there was no second page, whatever. Okay. It was but a dream. I'll be with you forever, Julio. I love you. And wow, you're... Wow. Wait, I think I screwed this one up. Ha! Look at that. There is a second page. I don't know how this thing works. Is there a second page? No? Huh. Maybe... Is there a second page? This is kind of weird. I guess there's not. I guess we're going back. Oh, okay, that was a quote. That was a quote. Okay. Right. Got it. I'll be with you forever, Julio. I love you. And wow, you're... Wow. Sean winked and looked down. And then I woke up. Did I just have a sex dream about Sean? Ew. What the fuck? That's so girly of me. That'll be my little sex grit. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke that I never should have said. I need to call him. Do something before he forgets about me. I Skyped him. Hey, Tomahawk, he said happily. Tomahawk? Hey, Grape, I said awkwardly. Why are we calling each other by our YouTube name? Do you want to record a video, buddy? I heard a smile in his voice. I don't know how you do that, but okay. Why is he acting like the kiss never happened? I mean, hell, I just had a sex dream about it. Okay. But I thought we could talk about us. I spoke confused. He was silent for a bit. There is no us, Tomahawk. I'm not gay. I could sense the lies that came out of his mouth, but I stayed silent. We recorded a video as if nothing ever happened between us, and I began to talk to Devin. If I was going to tell anyone, I was telling my best friend who I knew would never judge me for it. Maybe if I open up to being a bisexual, Sean will get the nerve to do it too. I'm bisexual, Devin. I spoke over Skype. The silence drew in the air. Cool, so what's the problem? He asked. That is the problem, right? I just said it, I said awkwardly. No. Being bisexual isn't a problem at all, Julio. What's your real problem? It's a friend of mine. he won't admit it, even though it's obvious he is. I sighed. Well, don't you want to push someone at all? That's something they have to work out for themselves. And no, I did not just quote The Simpsons. I chuckled lightly and smiled, though he could not see me. Thanks, Devin. I smiled and then ended the call. Well, fuck. If I was gonna be with Sean, sadly, I'd have to wait. Sean's POV. I can't stop thinking about Grulio. I'm tired of this. Why is he pushing me? I don't want to be gay. Imagine how the people will react. Type up on YouTube, gay is, and I bet you'll see horrible things like a sin, or wrong, etc. I'm not straight, I am straight. Fuck you, Grulio. A sign popped up, the letters popped up. What? YG? I blinked. Oh, it was a sign for gangs, and how to avoid them. What the fuck kind of sign is that? Pretty racist if you ask me. I continue to walk. Couples walk down holding hands, kisses spread. What is going on? I never noticed this stuff before. I sneezed and a guy smiled at me and said, "Bless you." He was hot. What is wrong with me? All of a sudden, all the girls' boobs didn't matter to me. Not that I used to stare at. I should just stop talking overall. Before I knew it, I arrived at a hair salon. Okay, if God was messing with me, he's using some pretty huge stereotypes. I walked away awkwardly. Fine. You want me to be Fine. You want me to admit it? I'm gay. That doesn't make me any less of a man. I know what I want, and I know exactly where he is. I want Julio Gonzalez, and I want him now. Fuck the age, fuck the people. I know what I want, and I was gonna get it. Secret. I wanted Julio. I needed Julio. It feels so nice to admit that. In fact, I'm going to his house right now. I knocked on the door. Julio, open up. Hey, Sean. I grabbed him and kissed him against the wall. He bit my lip during the process of me shocking him. It's okay. That's sexy as fuck. I began to kiss his neck. Sean! I went back up to his lips and stared into his shocked eyes. Where's your bedroom? He quickly pointed to his room and I smirked and ran in. Oh god, this is getting bad. After I locked his door, he began to laugh in disbelief. I threw him on the bed. Look, I fucking love you, I said with a scowl in my voice, and took off his shirt. He has abs. Holy shit. I opened my mouth, a bit in awe, and rubbed my hands on his chest. He put his hands behind his head, laughing. I growled. Why isn't he reacting to this? I took off mine. Haha! Emotion! I swear I saw his eyes pop out of his head. He began to kiss me and I kissed him back. We lied on his bed, bodies rubbing each other. This is illegal and wrong, but it felt so right. Sean, he whispered in my ear. I looked at him. Don't. What? He wanted this. Why was he rejecting me? I sat up in confusion. You don't know what you're doing. He laughed. I looked down at his area. Guilty. It was pretty obvious he wanted this, if you know what I mean. All of a sudden I blushed out of embarrassment. He was right. I'm not ready for sex. God, I don't know what came over me. Oh my god. I blushed, putting his hands over my face. Oh my god, I yelled again. We laughed together and he lied me next to him. I love you, Sean. You're hot, sexy. You proved that to me. He kissed me. I kissed him back. I nodded. I love you too. I promise I won't jump you again. I said, laughing. Actually, please do. He winked. I laughed and sat up. This is so weird, but so perfect at the same time. He sat up next to me. I guess you should go. My mom was in the next room. He admitted. I opened my mouth to intrude, but I nodded with a quiet giggle. This would be our little secret. That evening, I recorded with Grazer. It was awkward because I couldn't stop thinking about how he'd react, or how anyone would react. They would be so creeped out. I'd lose my best friends. After the recording was over, we talked. Hey man, you okay? You sound kinda uneasy in the recording. There was concern in his voice. There was also ugly in his voice. Hey, huh? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a lot on my mind. I need sleep. Night, Grazer. I hung up before he would stop me. He cannot find out. One thing I don't understand. This is Julio's POV, my POV. One thing I don't understand about myself is how much of a wimp I am. Why was Sean embarrassed? I should be the one embarrassed. How weak. Hopefully he quickly forgets anything like what happened. Do you think he still wants to be with me? He left so quickly. Now what am I supposed to do? Explain to my mom why an adult basically jumped me? I really hope she didn't see or hear anything. Awkward. I mean, my mom's cool and all, but I don't think she'd be up for some pedophile gay sex. Julio, my mom knocked on my door. Shit. I'm recording! I lied. I heard her walk away. I put my hands on my face and let a sound of relief out of my system. Thank fucking God. If she wanted to talk about that, would have barged my door down. She doesn't know. And she won't ever know. I heard the sound of her coming back. My eyes widened. A slip of paper slipped under my door. I read it. It's okay, you're gay. I knew already. No more having boys in your room with the door closed, though. Shane is a nice guy. Shane?! She thought it was Shane? Oh God, no, she knew already? What's that supposed to mean, Mom? Coincidence. Also, this is the last chapter. At least, unless they still haven't, like, made any more. Okay, Sean's POV. I went for a walk outside. I know, rare. It was a hot day, and the sun breathed on my skin. A little wind chill tickled on my skin, giving me goosebumps. Oh, how I love summer. I wanted so much to keep Julio a secret, but I don't know if I should. It will be awkward every time I record with someone. And how am I supposed to keep my feelings to myself when I'm recording with him? I mean, there won't be any sex anytime soon, but there will be heavy make-out sessions. I can't handle myself around him. He scares me. I've never felt this way toward a guy. Hell, anyone. All of a sudden, I tripped and fell into the ground. The hard, cold cement whammered against my face, and smack, I looked up in confusion and anger. What the fuck? A kid laughed. Fag. He kicked me and rode away on his skateboard. Fag? How the hell would he know I was gay? There was too much of a coincidence to be just a random idiot. Gay people aren't fags. I'm not a fag. Why would he randomly do this? Someone had to see Julio and I. Or did Julio tell people about us? I'll kill him if he did and didn't ask for permission. I held my cheek and stood up. The kid was nowhere to be found. I touched my cheek lightly and it burned. Blood was on my fingers. I didn't get a glimpse of what he had. Shaggy brown hair. He looked extremely young. Did I just seriously get beat up by a 13-year-old? How embarrassing. I'll just say that I got into a fist fight. Oh, who am I kidding? No one will ever believe that. I think of something later on. Right now I have to talk to Julio and how someone would know about us. I arrived at his house. My face felt a little bit swollen, but I pretended it didn't hurt and knocked on his door. His mom answered with a smile. You must be his boyfriend! I thought you would be someone else, but come in! She motioned me in. My eyes widened. So he did tell! Julio saw me immediately and pushed me outside. What are you doing out here? What? I slapped him lightly because I knew his mom was watching. You told? You didn't even ask me? How could you? I said, burning up. You know that's considered child abuse. I didn't tell anyone. My mom saw you kiss me. He sighed. I rolled my eyes even though I was embarrassed. Then why the fuck did a kid knock me down today calling me a fag? Who else knows? I yelled. His face turned to a look of shock. What? Who? I'll kill him! I didn't tell anyone unless someone secretly knows about us. It was just a coincidence. Well, who else would knows about us? It's surely not a coincidence, I muttered. Julio's eyes popped out in a look of horror. There's someone who knows. I told Devin. But not that it was you. I don't think Devin would do that. Or look and figure out enough to figure out. I began to stick up for Devin. I know that we're best friends, but I felt a wave of jealousy come over me thinking about how they're shipped together. I pouted. Julio looked at me in silence for a bit, then began to speak again. Look, it was probably just a dick who felt like putting someone down. I'm sorry you had to go through that, he said, and kissed me on my cheek. I smiled. Let's go fix up your place. He laughed and put his arm around me, and we began to walk inside. Does she know my age? I whispered in his ear. He looked in his head and nodded. Can we trust her? I know it was dumb, but I can't have her telling. He nodded. His mom smiled widely and got stuff to help my eye. I smiled. It was nice having someone who knew about us. I looked at his mom, who kept on smiling at us. She was really happy for us, and it meant a lot. I guess although there's some jerks in the world, there's always some happiness in every day. And it says, Grazer's POV, this is not okay, but that's the end of the fan fiction. I guess it wasn't completed, sadly. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I wish it was a little bit more dirty. It would have been a lot more funny to read on camera and like seeing my reaction, but wait, I'm gonna crack my... Ow, ooh, that hurt. But anyway, that is the 50K special. If you ever want me to read a fanfiction again, it's definitely not gonna happen, alright? Just not gonna happen ever. Maybe in the future on the Tomahawk Vlogs channel. Stay tuned. But yeah, 50,000 subscribers, guys. I really do appreciate everything you do for me. Just hearts all day. Just love you so much. I don't know if I'm gonna cut anything out of this video. I think I'm just gonna do one take wonder and then just boom, put it up there. But hey, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of, I guess, fanfiction reading. I don't know. Hope you guys have a nice day, please. Bye.